Okay, now listen to me. So far, 2020 has been an absolute disaster.
Give me your wig, give me your wigs. You don't know what to do with it. Give me your wig.
Ladies and gentle gays, make sure that you're checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. On Tuesday, I put up a new episode of the Expression Podcast, and it's entitled Busted Badass. And that, of course, is paying, I won't even say paying homage, but just calling out Boosie and honestly the rest of y'all who think it's really cute to broadcast your ignorant and unsolicited opinions about Zaya Wade. We talked about a bunch of other topics as well. The patrons sent in their comments and questions. It was amazing. Make sure you go, like I said, to patreon.com/AdrianExpression and check it out. And I guess we'll start this video with one of the topics that we covered on the podcast, and that's the fact that Caitlin Bennett took her ass to Ohio University only to get disrespectfully escorted out. I will play you some of the things that happened. Where's your diaper? Where is it, sweetie? It's giving us all types of charming. The way that they were tossing toilet paper your way, sis. And she was trying to escape in her racist mobile, and the crowds that were around her let her know that she was not welcome there.
Don't come back! Don't come back! Don't come back! Don't come back!
She was like, oh my God, look at what they're doing. They're just like animals. It's just, yeah, girl. Like I said in the podcast, no one is taking away your right to free speech. Go ahead and say what you want to say, girl, but you cannot gauge, you cannot control the reaction that happens when you do so. It's interesting that her whole brand is surrounded, like her whole brand is built on getting reactions out of people, and then when she actually gets them, she has no idea what to do. She will spin it any way that she wants to, no matter what happens. So my thing is just make her as uncomfortable as possible on these campuses anywhere that she goes, so that, because she's going to do whatever she wants to anyway and put it on her channel and try to craft the narrative any way that she wants to. So since we already know that she's going to do that, just make her as uncomfortable, as uneasy as possible anytime she's walking around with that corny ass microphone, that corny ass camera, that corny ass bodyguard, so that it will bring some joy into our lives, and also maybe so that she will choose her battles a little bit more wisely. It's interesting that she picks these college campuses to go to, and she doesn't dive directly into the communities that she loves to disrespect all the time, because I feel like she she goes into different areas of the city and does the dumb shit that she does and says the dumb shit that she says. It would be a very different situation once they finished up with her ass. It will be more than just coffee and water being thrown, and toilet paper being thrown her way. Sit your ass down, Caitlin. What else is going on? Some quick news. Netflix released these posters and stuff just letting us know that the Umbrella Academy will be returning. I don't think they gave us a date exactly, but obviously it's going to be in 2020. I cannot wait. My favorite character is Klaus, undeniably. If you have not watched season 1, I would suggest that you do so before season 2 comes out. I'll get my life. Miss Vanya dragged the shit out you girls because you underestimated her. I told y'all, I told you to tread lightly, tread carefully. When she asked you if you knew about it, Mr. Chimpanzee, Mr. Ape, I don't know what your name is, girl. I was so happy that she flunked your ass into them Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer built ass antlers. Anyway, I'm happy that Umbrella Academy is coming out. A lot of well-known people have passed away recently, and one of them was Pop Smoke. He's a rapper. The crazy thing about it was the fact that he was just like 20 years old, I think. It's just, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's just, 2020 has not been fun. It's not been cute. It's not been stress-free. Everybody was coming from 2019 talking about, yeah, girl, you know, 2019 was a shitty ass year, but we're going into 2020. It's going to be great, and roses and daisies. We'll wake up and smell the coffee building. It's not giving that. It's giving very much post-apocalyptic. It's giving very much Armageddon tease, the way that everybody's just like going the hell away. Like, what's going on? So apparently it's like this robbery or invasion, home invasion type shit that happened with Pop Smoke. A lot of people are pointing to the fact that either he or people that he was close to posted pictures of like them outside of his house or something, and you can almost make out the complete number of his home in the back. I mean, of course, if you're a celebrity, but in general, you gotta be so vigilant, and sometimes that shit just slips by, especially if you post often, but you have to be so vigilant vigilant about what you post online. Even when you think you ain't posting that much, people can still find out where your ass is at. It's just unfortunate that we still have to be worrying about shit like that. But it was just so sudden and he was so young that, and you know, I woke up seeing this shit, I was like, whoa, are you serious? The other part of this that people are talking about is the fact that TMZ broke this shit so goddamn quick, and they're just like, I don't know, the way that TMZ kind of breaks the news about people dying, and you know, sometimes their family members, that's the first time that they find out, that's the first way they find out that one of their relatives have passed away. People are like, okay, it's TMZ, they have these connections with people in the hospitals or people in the medical industry, like what is going on, the way that they get this information out so quickly. And of course, it's clicks, it's money, and they pay the people who, they pay their connections, they pay whoever gives them the information, but it's just, that should be tasteless as hell. I cannot imagine if somebody that was close to passed away, and the way I'm finding out about it is a damn blog post or something while I'm scrolling before anyone even had the chance to call me or let me know, you know what I mean? So I don't know, based on that, I could write a whole essay about paparazzi culture and celebrity and fame and all that, but I think we have to remember that there are human beings behind these big brands and big names. So I want to know what's the deal, like what's going on with this Lovers and Friends Fest that's apparently happening in Los Angeles Saturday, May 9th. Now there were so many names on this thing, so I'm looking at it. Lauryn Hill, we were just like, sis, I don't know, I guess we gotta take sis back to school, tally up the tardies, and if she's late to class one more time, we're gonna have to give her a referral and send her to the assistant principal's office or the principal's office. They had Usher on here, TLC, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, so everyone's like, huh? And then they saw Megan Thee Stallion, and it was just like, sis, isn't Megan Thee Stallion booked on the same damn day? It seemed really shady. Then different artists like the ones I'm putting up right now were saying that, you know, it's fake. Even Lil' Kim was saying this is fake, I'm not a part of this. But then we had conflicting reports because some of the representatives up there were saying that this is real, we are not condoning any fake mock-up lineups. And then he also posted this other artist correcting himself about the event. So it's just like, nobody knows what the hell is going on. And I do not blame them for being skeptical, especially after what happened with the Not So Fire Festival. Girl, they had their asses out there scraping Kraft cheese with their teeth off of styrofoam plates underneath. Tipping ass weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, built ass tents, you know? Like, Fire Festival was an ultimate disaster, especially for the people there, the people who lived there on the island who were getting fucked over and not getting paid. It was disgusting. So I completely understand people like, all right, I need to double check to see if this shit happening, and then they got payment plans and stuff too, girl. I don't know. So everybody who out in LA, I'm sure you're gonna have a great time if this is actually real. But that was, if you're wondering what this whole thing was with this Lovers and Friends thing, it's just because people were just like, I have no idea if this is actually legitimate, authentic. The representatives or whoever's running it is saying that it is, and that the people who are behind it are behind Coachella. So yeah, that's y'all prerogative. Good luck. It's giving me Hunger Games tease. May the odds be ever in y'all favor. Whoever gets there first, I guess, can send a telegram back to us and let us know if it's real or not. And then the rest of y'all can come after. I want to say this in a more direct way, but just to protect this video, I'm going to say, unfortunately, George Zimmerman still has the ability to make conscious decisions, and his latest one was as stupid as he looks. So Trayvon Martin would have turned like 25, I think, on February 5th, and Pete Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren both tweeted about it, and this is coming from Yahoo News. Though neither of their tweets so much as named Mr. Zimmerman, the 36-year-old claimed in his lawsuit that he filed that Mr. Buttigieg and Miss Warren were committing defamation with actual malice, or at a minimum, a reckless disregard for the truth. The lawsuit was seeking $15,000 in damages while alleging the Democratic candidates wrongly connected the shooting victim's death to gun violence. So he's out here, instead of rolling around with some maggots like I wish that he was, he's out here trying to create even more lawsuits, trying to keep his name in the news, I guess. That's somebody who has severe personality problems, severe issues, and I wish that he would be escorted to Pluto, or at least to interstellar space. The Democratic debates will be happening this week, I think. If I'm not mistaken, they'll be happening on Wednesday, today when I'm recording this. And I just wanted to read you some things that are happening with Michael Bloomberg. Even though he is surging in the polls for some godforsaken reason, the New York Times says that Michael Bloomberg has qualified for the next 2 Democratic debates, including one on Wednesday in Las Vegas. It will be his first appearance on stage alongside his presidential rivals. A national poll from NPR, PBS NewsHour, and Marist released on Tuesday showed Mr. Bloomberg with a 19% support among Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents. His best result yet in a debate qualifying poll, and good enough for second place behind Senator Bernie Sanders, who has 31%. I like that AOC was recently on The View talking about how, men like him use their money to buy elections. They use their money to buy a place in these types of races. And that was exemplified in the fact that the DNC changed their rules about donations and money or whatever so that Michael Bloomberg could be included. And it's just like AOC said that's an actualization of power. But I want to read you a little bit more because Washington Post recently dug up a lawsuit from 1998 where one of his employees was reprimanded, and reprimanded is a very light word to be used in this situation, for seeking childcare, okay? Now this is what he allegedly said. It's a fucking baby. All it does is eat and shit. It doesn't know the difference between you and anyone else. All you need is some black who doesn't even have to speak English to rescue it from a burning building. The woman apparently cried at hearing her employer say such things to her in so public a manner. CNN says that prior to some male colleague's wedding, that Bloomberg apparently told a group of female employees to line up and give him a blowjob as a wedding present, that he would regularly direct comments like, "Look at that nice piece of ass" at women in the office, and that upon learning a female employee was expecting a baby, he responded, "Kill it." Girl, I'm screaming. And I'm gonna keep reading a little bit. Bloomberg, through his representatives, have denied making the "kill it" comment and other comments laid out in at least 2 lawsuits, but has acknowledged that he has made comments that do not align with his values. So while this man is surging in the polls and people are arguing like, "Oh my God, he's the only one with enough money and power to defeat Trump," it's just it's given very much 2 sides of the same coin to me, and people, especially ones who have not been directly affected by the actions of, someone like this, love to accept apologies on behalf of the communities that he offends all the time. I mean, he even says some transphobic ass bullshit. I mean, that's not surprising, but the proof is really in the pudding to me. If you talking all this bullshit years ago and your policies did something else, maybe, but your policies has consistently, aligned with the bullshit that you say. So why would I trust you? Why would I trust you? I don't know. I'm tired of talking about these idiots. I'm so ready for this election cycle, this election bullshit to be over with. Whoever we get with this fucked up ass country. I'm exhausted, but I am not surprised in the least. But yeah, I want you guys to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I also want to thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. I love you all so much. And make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.